Mississippi, Greenwood, Mississippi.
Oh, okay. Well, early to bed, early to rise makes a person healthy, wealthy, and wise.
That's exactly right.
I think I have a 5-hour bladder. That's why I can only, like, if I go to sleep at 3 in the morning, you know, actually 4 hours later, I'll wake up.
I can't do that. My body shuts down 8:30, 9 o'clock unless I'm up doing something.
Okay, well, that's cool. All right. Well, I think I'm going to wait for just a couple more people to show up. We got a nice, man, we got a nice group, man. 41. That's crazy. For our first boot camp, live boot camp. That's pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to mute everybody out. And you can chat at me. You can chat on the group chat. I'll open it up if you have questions, but I'll try to, because there's so many people, the noise can get pretty insane. So you could either text me or you could chat at me, and I'm monitoring both things. And if you want to text me, my cell phone number is 937-554-2693. But I'm going to do a lot of talking, so I don't know if that I'm going to hit this, but anyway. So that's pretty cool, man. We got some people on here. We got Al is on here. We got Alan Yoshikawa, Annette, Becky, Anthony Perkins, Brandon Smith. Got Brenda's on here. Charlene, Charles Fisher, Chris Williams. Chris Williams? The Chris Williams? The Chris Williams that was in our top 10 in May. Top 10 hierarchy leaderboard. Chris, you're rocking, buddy. I mean, you should be teaching this, not me. Wow, I'm honored, Chris. You're probably all just making sure I'm teaching the right stuff. That's probably a good thing. We got Donnell. Dr. D is on the line. All right, Dr. D, we just raised our collective IQ because Dr. D's here, man. Hey, man, we're not too good for even a doctor. So, man, Dr. Ware, you rock, man. Appreciate you being on the line. By the way, your group's blown up. Julie Sanders rocks. She's bringing on Maria, and Maria's got her friend Dennis. Dude, your business is gonna blow up, man. I know you're fired up. We got Gwen on here, James Chamberlain, my man down in Florida, Jason Klein. I'm just reading the caller IDs that have shown up. Jeff Carmen, I think. John Hillman. We got my man Jonah. Joy's on. Lynette, Manny, Damasi. Manny, dude, I haven't seen your name in a while. That's great. I'm glad you're on. Mark Fulcher. Got Melissa. Myra. Myra's in the house from Indiana. Go Hoosiers. I'm so fired up for you, Myra. Ron Mayer. Got Ryan, Scott, Shania, Stephen, Terry Koss. All right, Terry. Wendy, Tim Walker, my man Tim. All right. Okay. I did a little bit of romp room there, just trying to vamp. All right, cool. Well, let's go ahead and get this thing rocking. Welcome, everybody, to our part one of our boot camp. So we're going tonight from 9 to 11 Eastern time for part one. And then part two is tomorrow from 9 to 11. And we might do a part three. I think that's up in the air right now. So let me kind of lay out for you just a basic overview. For all you academic nerds that want to kind of see down the road of what we're going to cover. I'm not going to go through a detailed syllabus. This is more, see, let me kind of set it up. Like anytime you ever do anything, whether you're teaching, training, whether you're talking to anybody, you always got to begin with the end in mind. What do I want you to feel? What do I want you to do? What do I want you to accomplish? Okay, and it's not what I want, it's what you want. Okay, so you're on here because you want to make money. So I'm coming at this from that basic premise. You're here because you want to make some money. You need to accomplish stuff financially in your life for whatever reason that is. Now, let me tell you, if that reason is powerful, where you're willing to do anything to get it, then we got some good stuff for you. If you're kind of dipping your toe in the water and like, I wonder if this is going to work for me and stuff like that, this will also work for you, okay? But you're going to have to kind of, believe more, okay? Now, when I got in this thing 20 years ago, it's like, number one, I needed this to work because I had nothing else going on that was going to get me what I wanted, which was to flush my stupid job because I never saw my kids. So I had like this powerful reason to do this. And what I saw around me were a bunch of knuckleheads that were making way more money than me. Like I was making about 150 grand. I saw knuckleheads making 300, 400 grand. I'm going, oh my God, these knuckleheads are making money in insurance. If I could do just half of what they did, man, I'll be happy. Well, I ended up doing way more than that, like 5 times what they were doing. But, God is no respecter of persons. And I know that if they can do it, I could do it. There's just always something in me that, like, I'll work my patootie off to make something happen because I believe I could do it. And I saw the fruits of the business with these other people where they had time, they had money, they can control their lives, right? But they were making a lot of money. But they were doing it on their terms. They weren't working for a stupid boss, right? They weren't working for the man, the guy that had you under their thumb, right? So I wanted this thing bad, bad, bad. And I didn't care what it took. I was going to flush my job. And I chose this, number one, because Andy Albright said he'd help me. So I had Andy Albright. He said, hey, Bo, I'm going to help you do this. I said, man, you tell me what to do, and I will do it. And here's what I knew. I knew that if I made money, Andy made money. If I did make money, Andy wouldn't make money, right? So Andy would never tell me anything that would hurt me. And it was like, gosh, I so appreciated that. You know how you're working for a boss and the boss wants you to make him look good? It's like, Andy doesn't need me to make him look good. Andy needed me to make money so that he could make money, right? So he was always after me. It's like, dude, what do you want? When do you want it? And what are you willing to give up to get it? It's like, brother, I want to flush my stupid job. I want to get out there. I want to be with my family. At the time, it's like, man, dude, if I can make 200 grand a year, whew, I'd be so fired up and spend all the time with my family that I wanted. Because I wasn't at the time. I had a daughter that was 4, a son that was 2, and another daughter that was 1 year old. I never saw my kids. I was time broke, So he said, I'll help you. I said, okay, dude, I will do whatever you tell me, right? So he told me to get a life insurance license. I said, all right, man, I'm getting a life insurance license. He said, who else do you know that's broke? And I said, all my friends. So I brought on 7 or 8 other agents that with me that I hadn't done nothing, but I said, hey, man, my buddy Andy Albright's got a program. I think it's rocks. It's a lead program. It's life insurance. We're talking F&G Life, all these major, financial institutions. We got a lead program. We're going to get you out there and make money. And they said, sounds good to me, dude. What do I do next? And I said, well, this is what Andy told me to do. And boom. And I've made millions in the last 20 years. It's probably going on maybe 12 million, conservative. On that initial set of agents that I brought in, is that crazy? So I count myself blessed because I got what I wanted, way beyond what I expected. And it's because I was good at listening to people that were trying to help me, okay? So what is it that I want you to feel? I want you to feel like you can do this. I want you to feel like there are no obstacles in your path other than you and your preconceived notions about what you can accomplish in this thing, right? I want you to feel like, hey, man, this ain't no big thing. I want you to feel like it's okay to fail because I failed a bunch before I became successful. Failing does not equal failure, right? Failing is the learning process to become successful. Failure is when you quit. right? So I want you to feel like you can go through that process and that we're here to pick you up, help you, dust you off, and then coach you so you can get better and better and better quickly, okay? So the whole point of this boot camp is to make you feel like you can do this thing and that we're here to help, and you have a multitude of resources of people that will help you get through the learning curve quickly. I'm talking within hours. When you're dialing the phone and you need coaching, call me, call Jonah, call your upline, and we're going to coach you so the next call you make is better. You know, it's like insanity when you continue to use the same approach and it's not working. The quicker you tweak it, the quicker you can get down the learning curve so you can become successful, okay? So that's what I want you to feel. I want you to feel that you can do this. I want you to feel like you can do it fast. I want you to feel like you don't have to know everything to get out there, right? Because that will kill you in the business, having to know everything. Gang, if you got to know everything, see you next year. Okay, tell me when you've learned everything and then come back and then we'll get you out in the field, right? Hold on. I'm already generating some heat. So I want you to feel like you don't have to know everything to get out there, right? That's what I want you to do. I want you to feel confident that we're going to help you and that you can do this quickly and that you can get out there and make sales and get down the road fast. That's what I want you to feel. What do I want you to do? I want you to do what I recommend, because anything I recommend to you will get you out the gate quicker. See, the question that I want to pose to you is the goals, the income that you want to accomplish, whether it's a couple thousand a week or a couple thousand a month, that what I recommend is going to get you there sooner than later. Okay, if you want to get there later, then don't implement everything I'm asking you, right? But if you want to get there sooner, implement it and implement it quickly, okay? My objective after the boot camp's over, this tonight and tomorrow night, is that you will get on the phone this week and start making dials and booking appointments. That's my ultimate goal, is getting you out the gate quickly so you can start getting on the phone quick, so you can start booking appointments quick. Alex, that's really fast. That's what we did. We got in, we got out there quick. We drove down 9 hours overnight to Raleigh, North Carolina to learn how to sell life insurance. At a 3 hour, they did it in 3 hours. And then we drove back from North Carolina to Ohio straight through. We didn't stay in any hotel or anything because we were fired up. Then we got leads January 1st, 2000, like these leads, pink card leads. We got these pink card leads with the actual ink. These are like the original from when we first got started. And we called on these that first week. We all booked appointments. We all sold. And that was the beginning, man, 20 years ago. And you know, millions of dollars later, you know, it's pretty crazy. So I want you to get out there quick. Now, look, if you don't want to and you got to do it slow, that's cool, man. We're not trying to rush you. We're not trying to force you. But the guys who want to get out the gate, because I've heard a lot of guys say, man, how soon can I get out there? It's like, man, right away. Okay, so if those of you who say, man, I want to get out there right away, like, okay, I'm going to tell you how to get out there quick if that's what you want to do. All right, so like, let's not mess around. Let's not mince words. Let's just learn the basics, because life insurance is simple. It really is. This whole process is simple. You know, the only hard part is kind of the 6 inches between your head, overcoming your own preconceived notions about what you think selling insurance in our program is. That's probably one of the biggest things, the biggest fallacy is like, you know, I think it's going to be like this, and then it's going to be different. Let me go through the phases, so just kind of give you a heads up, right? I'm big on giving you a heads up. I'm big on managing your expectations. Number one, when you saw this program, you were fired up and excited. You're just like, whoa, this is awesome. Too good to be true. Man, I got to do this. So you're excited. The second phase is learning. You're going to learn how to do this. That's what the boot camp's all about. The third phase is reality. The reality of picking up a phone, getting over the fear. The phone is 50 pounds. hitting the phone, getting yelled at by a 68-year-old woman who thinks you're a telemarketer. All these things, reality sets in, right? And then you're trying to reconcile to yourself reality. Oh my gosh, it wasn't what I expected. Well, what is what you expected? Was marriage what you expected? No, it's hard work, isn't it? After the honeymoon's over, it's hard work to continue that relationship. You know, parenthood, it's hard work, right? But then there's this moment of clarity. There's that realization of clarity that, you know what, the benefits are rocking, the benefits are awesome. If I can have clarity of what I need to do, clarity of what I want to accomplish, and clarity of the game plan to get me there. Once you get to that clarity, feeling, then Katie bar the door, you can make as much money as you want to make in the business, because if you do what people have done to make the money they're making, you will have exactly what they have, all right? So that's what I want to accomplish here. I want you to believe you can do this. I want you to believe that you don't have to know everything. And I want you to get out there and start slamming the phone and booking appointments this week if we can make it happen. All right. So this boot camp's broken down into 2 parts, possibly 3. There's possibly a Thursday night from 9 to 11. And maybe that's going to be for a select people. Okay. So what we're going to accomplish tonight, part 1, is I'm going to teach you the basics of products. Everyone keeps telling them, not everyone, but I got like salespeople like that don't know insurance. Is like, well, Alex, if I know the product, I'll be able to sell anything. You know, I'll be able to sell it if I know the product. But I got to know it. I got to know everything about it. You know, all the bells and whistles. You know, where that comes from is a guy who maybe sells software or sells a widget, and they got to show a client, this is what it does, and this is why it's better, and this is the specifications of it, and this is where it will fit in your particular factory. You know, you're trying to do features and benefits, okay? You know what? Life insurance don't work that way. The beauty of life insurance is very simple. When someone fills out a lead form, when someone fills one of these out, you know what they want? They want to know that if they die, the life insurance company is going to pay their family a tax-free death benefit that will take care of them. Okay. That's what they want. They send these forms in. They put their birth date, their height and weight, their smoking stat. Oh, wow. This dude has the same birthday as me, except different year. That's crazy. They sign the bottom of the form because they want someone to call them up to talk to them about products that will protect their family when they die. So why would you try to teach them all about life insurance? You're the one that got the license. Your job is to show them a product that will help them when they die, that will pay the benefit off for the family. Alex, is it that simple? Yes. They're not looking for specifications. All they're looking for is something that will protect their family. So based on that premise, man, this business, the products are simple from the client's perspective. All right? So get off the horse thinking that, you know, if you're going to be the best explainer of all the bells and whistles of a product, that it's going to close the client. Man, that's not what closes the client. What closes the client is giving them something that they need, okay? Giving them something that they want. And we're going to talk about in the sales section tomorrow about how we do that. But what I want to do here is I want to totally demystify the product side of the business, all right? Does that make sense, gang? Let's see. All right, I don't see any chats or any questions. Okay, so let's kind of give you a framework to understand the product side of the business. Let's see if okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I am making sense. I hope so, man. All right, let me give you a framework. I find like mapping things out helps me a lot. So I know what boxes to put things in. That's kind of one way that we learn is we try to associate and relate things together in the same kind of box. If we can categorize things, then we can learn it better, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you a map so you can learn how to categorize life insurance products. And it's a very simple map, okay? And it's kind of this quadrant system, okay? Ah, man, this is you get a marker that works. So there are 4 general types of products from our perspective, from 15 different carriers when it comes to life insurance, okay? So you have term, and hopefully all you licensed agents understand the difference between term, whole life, universal life, and I'm going to put here accidental, okay? Very simplistic way to look at the categories of products. Now within each category, there are stratifications. I like to kind of put the slash here, who happens to be one of my favorite guitar players for Guns N' Roses. Hold on. Oh, thanks, dude. Okay, I got to put the chat box up. Okay, so term products. Basically, if someone buys a term product, it's like renting an apartment. Starts here, they pay monthly until it ends here. It can end at 10 years, 15, 20, 25, 30, but it ends. In some cases, they get a return of premium back. Other cases, they do not. All right, so the 2 categories of term insurance policies is we have a thing called simplified issue. SI, simplified issue term. In other words, it does not require a blood and urine test. They can get into, if they can health-wise get into it, qualify for it, they don't got to worry about anything about some paramed examiner to come out to poke them, stick them, weigh and measure them, you know, make them pee in a cup from 10 feet. Just kidding, guys. I don't know if my prostate's strong enough. They're not measuring your prostate power, all right? And then, so you got simplified issue term, and then you got FU, fully underwritten term. This is the fully underwritten product that requires blood and urine testing. You know, they do examinations, they weigh you, they measure you, and then they will potentially issue insurance on you. Now, the reason why we like simplified issue without an exam is because we place 85% of these products. In other words, we get paid on 85% of the applications we submit. Now, the other 15% gets declined. Fully underwritten is 45% placement rate. In other words, man, it's less than flipping a coin. It's an unfair coin because you'll get 45% of this place. So that's why we don't like fully underwritten, because they're going to find something wrong with the client. So those are the 2 categories of term products. The next category of whole life is it's just regular whole life, which does not require any blood and urine test. Typically, the maximum is maybe 40,000, 30,000, just hovers right in there. And it's designed to last their entire life. So on a per thousand basis, whole life tends to be a little bit more expensive than term, because term lasts only this long, whole life lasts the rest of their life. They keep making their premium payments. The other category of whole life is what we call guaranteed issue whole life. In other words, the client is so sick that they need to get into a guaranteed issue, which is that guaranteed issue. It will get issued on them. The price per thousand is very expensive. Typically, there's a max that you can get. Maybe it's 20, 25,000. But at least they can get something, man. So that's guaranteed issue, whole life, simplified issue, fully underwritten. Universal life has two flavors. You have just regular universal life, which you could have it fully underwritten, or you could have it simplified issue. And then there's index universal life that's designed to grow cash value. I'm not going to really worry about this too much. This is more product training, 202. I want to stay with product training 101 right now. Okay, remember, the idea is to get you out in the field this week. Okay, so I don't want you to get bogged down so much, but I want you to put a map in your head of what you're going to learn, what you will learn in the future as you get, more trained in sitting down with clients and evaluating situations. Okay, and then you've got accidental, and this is only pays in the case of an accident. Okay, so this is a good framework to start kind of hanging the products on, so you know kind of what category they fit in. Does that make sense? Usually over 200, they afford them all. Okay, term is more affordable. If they can get into it. Term is lower. Let's not get into the down and dirty. It's price-wise, term is less per thousand than whole life. Whole life's permanent. So term, it's kind of like the difference between renting an apartment and buying a home. Okay, so this is kind of how I look at the world of product. And then we have each company has their product that fits into either some of these or all of these. Okay, so having said that, no fighting on the chat line. Okay, so I go with what Gina Hawks tells me. She goes, let's make it simple. Learn one company first, and then we can branch out to the other companies. So if our objective is to get you out in the field this week, man, let's learn one company. Now let me kind of straighten out a fallacy. It's like, well, Alex, you got 15 companies. Don't I shop all the companies to find the best priced product? It's like, no, you don't. That's not what we do. We find the product that'll fit them from an underwriting standpoint. And the Foresters versus CFG simplified issue term, they're only a few bucks apart. So it's not a thing where we try to get them the cheapest. We're going to try to get them the most effective product for the situations. That's why you're okay to learn one product, one company, I mean. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to narrow it down. So we're going to narrow it down with Columbian Financial Group. We'll start with CFG. Their simplified issue term is Safe Shield, simplified issue term. Their whole life is dignified choice. Okay. And then the guaranteed issue whole life, we've got Great Western Insurance Company. And for some states that we can't cover with Great Western, we have AIG. So these tend to be the two companies that are guaranteed issue. Then CFG. So let's kind of narrow it down to those, all right? So all right. Oh man, that's some powerful blue marker. Oh geez. All right, so let's kind of do, let's give you so here's one great way to learn product, and that is, let's pretend you're my client, okay? So one of the most important things I did when I got in the business, Hold on, let me look if I have it. Oh man, I can't believe that's the one thing, the detail I forgot. I bought a policy December 24th, 1999. When I got licensed as a bona fide life insurance agent, the first thing I did was I wrote an F&G Life Home Certain policy on myself. And I still have that policy. And I carry it with me when I go on appointments. Okay, I bought my own policy because how can I sell a product that I believe in that I don't own myself? All right, be your own best customer. Have credibility, because if you can't sell yourself a policy, then how are you going to get over everyone else's objection on a policy? Right? So if you can't sell yourself, man, you might as well quit. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to quit. Man, this bothers me because I have my policy. It's pretty cool. It's like it was issued the Christmas Eve in 1999 when I first got started. And I've sold more insurance using that policy, because you'll find out tomorrow what we're going to do is we're going to show the client our policy at the end of the appointment. Okay? And when I show them my policy, because I tell them, hey, would you like to see what your policy is going to look like? And they'll say, oh, well, yeah, let me show you my policy. And I lay my policy out and I show them what I got for my family. I show them my death benefit, my return of premium rider, my disability rider. They see that I have everything in it that I want to protect my family with. And by showing them my policy, it tells them that, number one, I believe in my product. Number two, if I believe, then I believe they should have it too for their family, right? So I think it's a credibility issue. I think it's an integrity issue. So let's go through an exercise. And this is going to be a really great way for you to figure out the product side. And I'm going to take you through what I would normally do with a client. All right? So this is a really good program as far as how to teach you product. So here's, remember I got you started with, some of those preparatory things. So let's take you to alliancequoting.com. So now this is the interactive part. So what I want you to do is I want you to pull up your browser and let's go to alliancequoting.com. This is probably one of the most important things you can do right now. So like I said, this is not going to be just a lecture. This is going to be you and me rolling our sleeves up, and we're going to get digging down and dirty in this thing. AllianceQuoting.com is the resource for you to write policies on your app, to know what policies to write on your clients, right? To figure out what your clients fit into. That's the learning curve in this thing, is what will my clients fit into? Now that's what we're here for. We're going to prepare you for every appointment. Okay, we're going to teach you which product is going to be the best product for them, where then you can go to the NALease.com website and learn the product. Okay, so let's all do this together. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to go to alliancequoting.com. Okay, I'll wait for you to pull that up in your browser. By the way, man, participate, please. This is going to help you, right? If you pull your browser up, go to alliancequoting.com. You can put it on your phone too. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to scroll down to the green sheet. So I want you to click on the green sheet. Okay. And when you're with a client in your ATM, After you've done bond rapport, we'll talk about this tomorrow. This is the About You slide. We're going to find out about them. I tell them about me, the companies we represent, and then their financial picture, okay? I don't know if you can see that. Kind of hard to see. And we're going to fill this out on them. So this is what I want you all to fill out, okay? So get your pencils, write it on your notepads. Write your age, your height and weight. Like, let's fill this thing out, man. Your name, your age, your height and weight. Are you a tobacco user? Okay. Your address, etc. Your income. What's your income? Are you retired? How long you been at the company? Then your spouse's info. Okay, your mortgage amount. What's your monthly mortgage payment? What kind of life policies that you have in place? Because you're going to be doing this with your clients. You're going to get the basic information from your clients so you understand what their situations are. So, like, I'm not kidding, seriously. Write down, because we're going to show you how to check underwriting to see if you fit within a product. Okay, so let's pretend you sent in a mortgage lead. Okay, you sent in a mortgage lead. So you go to this is called the green sheet. Okay.
Hey, Alex.
Yeah.
And we can fill this out and just save it to our hard drive, or is that right?
Well, no, I mean, you can if you want. Yeah, actually, what my recommendation is that you print this out so you can, like, fill it out, or you can put it on your iPad, because this is all fillable. So you can, like, type it in, you know, if you're savvy.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there an app for mobile devices?
This income, is it monthly or annually? I'm sorry.
Either one. Either one. I like to work either one. It doesn't matter. I mean, yeah. So you can do monthly, annual. It's funny because you'll have certain people that do biweekly. You know, I mean, kind of like a labor factory. You know, they think biweekly. So maybe you should kind of do annual. I don't understand the question. Is there an app for mobile devices? Well, yeah, there is. We do have. Yeah, I mean, all the stuff you can put on an Apple. So, okay, let me just kind of show you what this looks like on your smartphone. So I got the big 10X, mother of all phones. So you can do this on your iPad. Pretend this is on your iPad. So this is alliancequoting.com. Okay. And you can go down to the green sheet, and then you could fill it out. But you're doing it with a client. So a lot of times I like to have just the paper. I like to do stuff on paper, but you can save it because you're going to reference it. You're going to reference it when you pull up quotes. Okay. So this is, you know, so you can do it on this. Now, how you save it on your home screen is you see that little box down here, this box with the arrow. You just click on that box and then add to home screen. You see that little, that plus sign? You click on that and then you press on the upper right, add. And when you add it, it shows up on your home screen. So it's pretty cool. You know, then, well, there it is. Okay, so that's what it looks like. So you can't pull it up. The apps, we're going to go through the apps, so just, you know, hang in there with me. All right, and then get down here, like, have you had major operations? Any health concerns? Any major operations in the last 5 years? And then medications. What medications are you taking and reason for taking it? Like, do that now. Please show that again. Oh, you mean like the phone? Okay. Lynette, is that what you're talking about? Like the iPhone thing? Yeah, that might have been quick. Yeah. Okay, so this is my iPhone. It could easily be an iPad. So you pull up on your browser alliancequoting.com, and this is what it looks like. Now, in order for you to put it on your screen, to put it on your home page, you see that little box with the arrow pointing up at the bottom? You click on that box, and then you click on that Add to Home screen, this little plus right here. You press on Add to Home screen, and then you can name it whatever you want. I'm just going to leave it at Quoting Tools, Alliance University, but you can name this whatever you want to name it, okay? And then you click on the Add, and there you go. I added it again. So you see that? It's like right, those two, okay, does that make sense? It's very simple. In fact, you can do that with everything that you can get on alliancequoting.com. It's pretty cool how you can put this all on your phone. And I'd rather you put it on your phone because you can be one touch away from all the quoting tools. Okay, but we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. Well, actually, we're okay. Yeah, no, we're fine. All right. So if you so you filled out the green sheet on your clients. You got your height, weight, your medications, any health concerns, etc. All right. You got all this information. Now let's see what product. Now remember, this person sent in a mortgage protection lead, so we're going to look at mortgage term products. Okay, so I mean, you can do it in whatever order you want, but let me just take you through a process of, and might as well just do it on the phone so you guys can see that all right. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is the height and weight chart. Will my client fit in the height and weight chart? So what I want you to do is look at your height and weight. And does your height and weight fit on the weight charts? You go to the bottom of alliancequoting.com and you see that height, weight charts by carrier. I want you to click on that. Okay? Then let's kind of zoom in. So here's what that document looks like. So you've got build charts by carrier for term products. The first one is Forrester's Strong Foundation, and that's the height and weight chart, maximum build chart, etc. Juvenile build chart. So these are kids ages 0 to 9 and 10 to 15 for Forrester's. Then you have Safe Shield term. So that's what we're looking at. This one at the top section is Safe Shield term. So let's take a look at the height and weight chart. So based on what you put for your height and weight, do you fit within this grid? Okay? Are you 5'4" and under 247 pounds and under? Are you 6'5" and under 358 and under? All right? So now you know if your height and weight will fit in this product. Now, if your height and weight does not fit, then you have to go to another product where the height and weight will fit. It'll probably have to be a whole life product, potentially. You know, it could be fully underwritten term, but we'll probably go to a whole life product because the height and weight guidelines for whole life products are they have much more latitude there, okay? But again, let's just kind of stick one step at a time. Does the height and weight work for the client? For you, does your height and weight fit? Okay? So let's So we checked height and weight. Now let's check the medication list. And the medications that you're taking, let's see if your medications are allowable. So remember, CFG, Simplified Issue Term product. Let's look for the medication list for that. So you got Forrester Strong Foundation. So this is kind of the content list. Forrester Strong Foundation, Mood Term, Phoenix. Actually, I don't think we have CFG on here. Let's take a look. This is Mutual of Omaha, Phoenix Safe Harbor, Forces Plan Right. Actually, let me look. Phoenix or Columbia Financial has a document. If you go on nalease.com, in fact, let's go to the carrier page on nalease.com for Columbia Financial Group. Carriers, Columbia Financial Group. Safe Shield Term Risk Qualifier. So actually, this document rocks. Yeah, the risk qualifier is pretty cool. This is why there's no medication list, because the risk qualifier is the one that will help you. And we're going to do an e-app, so I'm going to show you how this works. But it's pretty cool. So let's go back to. Okay, so for CFG, Simplified Issue Term, let's not worry about medications for now. In fact, the risk qualifier is really cool. Now, okay, so let's look at the different situations, medical situations that you might have, because all medications indicate a health concern. So let me show you where you can check if a health concern is of a concern for Columbian Financial Group Safe Shield. So you would go to Mortgage Term Underwriting Grid. So you see that? It's the fourth one down. You click on Mortgage Term Underwriting Grid. And this is pretty cool. Again, this is something that you put on your home screen, which is what I recommend. You know, again, click the button and put it on your home screen. So you have these, they're a tap away. So the Mortgage Term Underwriting Grid goes through all these conditions: alcohol treatment, drug abuse, Alzheimer's, amputation, aneurysm, autism. So let's take bipolar. Let's say you have bipolar depression. You're trying to apply for a mortgage term product. So let's click on bipolar depression. Now notice it tells you what companies it'll be a decline on and which ones, and they'll tell you the parameters of that decline. So CFG Safe Shield, ever for bipolar. In other words, you cannot write CFG Safe Shield if you've got bipolar. Ever for bipolar if on meds. Bipolar without meds, treatment, visited doctor in the past 10 years is okay. Okay, so if you're bipolar without meds and you visited the doctor in the past 10 years, you're okay. 3 years for moderate to severe depression. So that would be a decline if Otherwise, it's acceptable. Pretty much, you know, that's not going to work. But this is how you can check particular situations. What you're going to find in general with simplified issue term is that if you got heart problems, it's probably going to be a decline. But this goes through all the conditions you can run into to determine whether or not your client can get into it. And so if they can't get into it, then we'll have to go with the whole life product. But this gives you the tools that you can use to determine whether or not you can get into the product. Okay? Now here's another tool that works great with the parameters of the product, what the product's about. So you go to the product pocket guide. It's second to the end, above green sheet. You click on product pocket guide. And so we're trying to check out the mortgage term, CFG Safe Shield. This has all the parameters of what Safe Shield can do for the client. It's really, you know, at a touch of a button. It's kind of cool. So you can see whether it's a 15, 20, or 30-year level term. It shows the age ranges for each of the term situations. The face value, $25,000 to $250,000. It's got the best disability program. No mortgage life event required. Return of premium available for 50% and 100% on the 20 and 30-year programs. Return of premium at 50% is available on 20-year up to age 60. So it's got all these, so you can kind of see the parameters. Like if your client has a $350,000 mortgage, you know, the most we can do here is $250,000, you know. So these are kind of some of the things to look at as far as the Safe Shield parameters of the product, okay? Now remember, kind of your backup to all this is all the training that's on that NALease.com page. But look, the main thing to learn here is, can the client get into it or can they not? Can you get into it? So here's how, like one of the best ways to do it is to go through the risk assessment part on the e-app, okay? So, all right, so hopefully you're still with me. Wow, 59 people. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to show you how to do an electronic application on CFG. All right. Now what you need is your Alliance PIN number, okay? So how many of y'all know what your Alliance PIN number is, okay? If people are going, what is that? What is an Alliance PIN number? Your PIN number is the PIN number you will have forever and ever, okay? So if you don't remember, your Alliance PIN number, let me show you how to get it. So I want everyone to go through this process of getting your Alliance PIN. So let me show you how to do that, because I promise you, you will be in a heat of battle with a client. Yeah, you know, you're going to be out there, and then you're trying to write a CFG app, and when you log into the e-app, it's asking you for your NAA PIN number. And you're like panicking, going, oh my gosh, I don't know what it is, right? So let me show you how to get it, the easiest way to do it. So let's get to my browser. Okay, so what I want y'all to do, put it on your pillow. Yes, absolutely, man. Oh, geez. You know what boot camps are like? Sometimes it's, we got to get silly here. Go to NAAcontracting.com. All right? NAAcontracting.com. And you're going to see two boxes. So you want to go to the right-hand box and type in your NAA number, your full NAA number, okay? And this already has my PIN in there, but I'm going to delete it, okay? Once you put your NAA number in here, then you click on Retrieve PIN, all right? Click on Retrieve PIN. So now you got to go through this stuff here. You got to put in your number again. okay? And then I like text because it happens quick. So text me to my phone number, and then you got to type in the CAPTCHA security code, which I hope I can read this. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think it's 064. Okay, hope you all are doing it. Then you click on next. Everyone has their own number, their own CAPTCHA number. Okay, so now you go to your phone. And you should get a text. Yeah, that is my kitty cat. Hey, obviously I've done this quite a few times today to practice. So, heck, maybe you can use my PIN number. I guess, I don't know. Anyway. Hey, cool cat. Thank you, Alan. This is my kitty, man. That's my kitty cat. All right. So that's how you, okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to write that number down because it's important to have that number for what we're going to do. We're going to log in to CFG, the CFG. Okay, so you have to go, okay, so let's kind of go back to square one. Let's go to naleads.com. This is sort of my shortcut. I don't really go through the ARC. I go to naleads.com. I click on My NAA. Okay, we're going to go to Carriers, Columbia Financial Group. And this is really the only approved way to get into the eApp. All right, so like I'm serious, man. Y'all follow me on this, all right? Follow me. You have got to learn this process. Oh my gosh, please God. Okay, so you want to click on Safe Shield eApp. Okay, so y'all following with me so far? Click on Safe Shield eApp. Oh my gosh, there's the pin. What is your pin? So let me see if I can do mine. 85. See, the problem with you using my pin is they're going to think it's me, and then I'll take the commission, all right? So use my pin, please, when you're writing apps, because then that application is mine. X, K, J, M. Where is it? A-N-C-Y. Right. So is everyone kind of like with me so far? Anyone behind? Like even if you're brand new, like you like have not even gotten contracted, I think you can still do an electronic app. Okay. Okay, so log in. Okay, I'm staring at the chat. So if you're having problems, let me know. So click on login. See, because you logged into naleads.com and got into this site, it knows who you are. It knows that because you put your NAA PIN number, it knows that you are you. Whether you're contracted with CFG or not, it knows that it's you. And that's the important thing. So when you're writing an app on someone or yourself, which is what we're doing now, like I know some of y'all already have written an app on yourself, so that's cool. You don't got to take it all the way through, but I'm going to show you how to take it all the way through because I think this is so important, man. This, by the way, this app rocks. This e-app with CFG is probably one of the best electronic applications. The most makes sense. It's simple. I love this electronic app. Okay. So, oh, you know what I forgot to do? So I've got this open. What I forgot to do is calculate rates. Okay, so I'm going to leave this open, and I'm going to go back to, I can't believe I forgot that. I was so excited. Okay, so let's calculate your rate. Okay, so this is, let's just kind of do it together. There's my cat. Now you can see my cat. That's Coco. Kimberly, our cat has a name, and her name is Coco. We still don't have a name for the bird. Okay, so I want you to go to alliancequoting.com, and what we're going to do is we're going to open up the CFG. Okay, so notice CFG. Notice the password. So memorize this password. CFG SIT. Do you see that? CFG SIT. Okay. Memorize that. All right, so depending on what kind of phone you have, of course I have an iPhone, but if you have an Android, let's click on mobile app term and then click on iPhone or Android, whichever the case may be. And then it's going to have you download it. I've already have it on here, so it's going to open up. Okay. Coco about 2 pounds. Yeah, man. Coco rocks, man. She's a cool cat. She's a cool cat. All right. So now you've got the power. This is like your superpower, gang. It's like you can have your like tights and your cape on, and you could be like superpower pose, superhero pose, because you got the quoting tool, baby. Talk about, this is one of the most empowering things you can do, man, is I can quote you anything. All right. So I'm in Ohio. So do this with me. Okay, I'm not, no kidding. Okay, so put your state on here. Now, if you're in like a state that CFG is not in, like I think, is it Mississippi? Oh man, I think we have someone in Mississippi. Just follow along, okay? I apologize if CFG is not in. Then you'd probably do Foresters. Okay, so you would go to the Foresters app. But so hopefully y'all are with me. Alabama too. Yeah, man, I'm sorry. I'll show you Foresters, but okay, so let's just run with this. Okay, so you've got the app open, pick the state. I like to put the age in. So let's just say I'm 45. This was me 13 years ago. Okay, tobacco or non-tobacco, so I'm not tobacco. And then with CFG, you could do return a premium, 50%, 100% or non. So let's just pick non, return a premium. And let's just do let's do a 15-year term, just for grins, okay? And I like doing the monthly EFT. And then let's choose the face amount. Let's choose the lowest one. Like, I want you all to like do this, all right? 25,000, that's the minimum face value, right? And you can put accidental death benefit rider, which means it'll double the death benefit if you add it. You know, you can do it or not do it. Waiver premium, what that does is if you become disabled, it will waive the premiums of the policy until you're back on track. The child rider, you can add, each unit is 1,000. So 5 units is 5,000, all the way up to 15,000 you can add if you have children. I'm not gonna add it. Then disability income rider, this one rocks. I mean, this is the best disability income rider, but because it's the best disability income rider, man, sometimes it's hard to get issued. So let's not mess with that right now. So you've got your age. I think Kimberly, you put 26, right? I think you're 26. All right, 15-year term, 25,000 face amounts. Now you can see at the top, at 25,000, it's $13.70 for the 45-year-old. Now, I don't know how old some of y'all are, but like, man, it's cheap, okay? So let's kind of keep that, lock it in your head for how old, 45, 1370. So I'm going to show you how to do this in the e-app, okay? So let's go back to our electronic application. Begin the application. This is really a cool app. I love this because it kind of underwrites itself, all right? So let's pick the state. Now, chat at me if, like, I'm behind, you're behind, and you need to catch up. Like, is anyone having any issues other than the people that can't do it in your state? I apologize, man. No, it's not in New York. New York, you have to do Forrester's Strong Foundation, all right? So let's kind of do this first. Ohio. So pick your state. CFG login. What's CFG login? Are you talking about the PIN number, Manny?
Probably the password again. Password.
It's asking for a login, the CFG, to log into the to use the app.
CFG 6.
Oh, CFG SIT. I'm sorry. You're right. So if it's the first time you're using the app, you have to type in CFG SIT. If it's the final expense, it's CFG FE, I think. But it's on there on alliancequoting.com. So if you go back to alliancequoting.com, the password,
Correct password. Okay.
it's right there. Password, CFG SIT, and then from final expense, it's Alliance. So it's right there. Okay, y'all got it? To do the quoting tool? I apologize.
Yeah, I'm in with Alliance.
Well, if it's the term product, it's the mobile app term, then the password is CFG SIT. All right? The password's right here on alliancequoting.com under CFG. So you've got two passwords. You got that, Jeff? Okay, cool, awesome. Yeah, it's like a lot of times, you know, you kind of you forget that it's there. So then when you have to open up the app, it's like, where is it? You know, it's right there. All right, so let's go back to the e-app. So we got the state, click on continue. I really like this app a lot, man. This app is pretty cool. It's better than Forrester's in my humble opinion. So this is the deal right here. Okay, so by taking them through this risk qualifier, this is how you know they can get underwritten. Like, this is how you know it can get issued or not issued. So the question is, if it's issuable, then rock on. But if it's not, then what do? Well, you go to CFG final expense, a whole life product. They can't cover the whole mortgage. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow when it comes to proposals, okay? But I want you to kind of, let's write this on you. So let's go through the risk qualifier. Are all proposed insureds U.S. citizens or permanent U.S. residents or holding a permanent visa? By the way, CFG is the best for immigrants. For immigrants that are non-citizens, they're probably the most liberal. So if you've got an immigrant who doesn't have a green card, CFG rocks. Okay, so this is your go-to. Can't see the e-app. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. Thanks, gang. Thanks for keeping me. There you go. Can you all see it now? Thank you, Myra. You're keeping me honest, Myra. I know I liked you for a reason. Yeah, man, you got to get this old guy. You got to keep pushing him, man. Pushing him down on the wheelchair, the wheelchair of life. Got my back. Awesome. I got yours too. Okay, so y'all see the risk qualifier? Like, I love this, man. This is pretty cool. So yes, let's say yes, you're a U.S. citizen. Now you really got to read the questions because you can't just firewall automatically, okay? Past 3 years, has any proposed insured been on probation, parole, been convicted, or pled guilty to any crime or possession or distribution of drugs or any kind of illegal substances? No. So you see how this is a yes, this is a no? Been convicted of 3 or more moving violations in the past 3 years. So this is under the past 3 years. Okay? No. Has any proposed insured been diagnosed by a member of medical profession? This is the HIV/AIDS. No. Okay, so now this is the past 5 years. Has any proposed insured ever received or been recommended by a physician for an organ or bone marrow transplant? No. Is the proposed insured currently, okay, and so these all fit under currently, bedridden or confined to any hospital, nursing home, or any other medical facility? No. Use any of the following. Using meaning currently, walker, wheelchair, electric scooter, oxygen, or catheter? No. Past 3 years, has any proposed insured engaged in hang gliding, cliff diving, scuba diving over 130 feet, parachuting, skydiving, rock or mountain climbing, speeds in any vehicle in excess of 100 miles per hour, where you've been caught, land or water, or planned such activity in the past 2 years? No. By the way, it's good to read through this before you ever sit in front of a client. So like what we're doing now, How do you get to that page? It's on the e-app. It's the CFG e-app. This is how you get to that page, Lynette. Flown as a student pilot. In fact, hold on. So Lynette, you go to naalease.com and then go to carriers, CFG, and then click on the button that says Safe Shield e-app button. Flown as a student pilot? No. Are you currently employed? I don't know that makes a difference, but let's say yes. Occupation? Say I'm part of the CIA. Oh, whoops, I made a mistake. I'm not part of the CIA. Select one. Border Patrol. How about self-employed? Woo! Self-employed. Boring life. Hold on. Self-employed. Went backwards. Boring life insurance agent. Okay. Past 3 years, been declined, postponed, rated, or denied reinstatement, or asked to pay extra premium by any insurance company? No. Past 5 years, used cocaine, narcotics, hallucinogens, drugs? No. Been advised by a healthcare professional to reduce or stop alcohol or drugs? No. Does proposed insured have or has had diagnosis by a member of the medical profession of diabetes prior to the age of 35 and or experienced complications of diabetes, including insulin shock, diabetic coma, retinopathy, nephropathy, Oh my gosh, I can't believe I pronounced it like that. Neuropathy, disorder, leg ulcers, amputation, any of those diabetes things, no. Past 10 years, been diagnosed by a member of the medical profession, required follow-up for cancer or squamous cell carcinoma of the skin. Cancer other than basal cell or squamous cell carcinoma of the skin, leukemia or lymphoma, no. Stroke, transient attack, TIA, paralysis, no. Systemic lupus, sarcoidosis, etc., no. Schizo, bipolar, etc., no. Coronary artery disease, heart attack, coronary bypass, all the coronary stuff, heart valve. See, like heart issues, generally, gang, heart issues, you are not going to be able to get them in simplified issue term. So when you got a heart issue, we got to go with whole life. Why whole life? Because whole life has got much more latitude to cover health issues. You know, that's what we got to do. So I'll talk about that tomorrow about proposals, okay, to help you close. Emphysema, COPD, asthma that has required one or more acute emergency care visits. Okay, so it's not just asthma, but you got to read the whole thing. Okay, epilepsy and recurring seizures. No. By the way, when you're doing this with your client, you are reading everything. You're making sure they understand what you're asking. Okay, and this is basically the underwriting here. If they can get through this, man, then you got a done deal as far as the underwriting side. Is any proposed insured awaiting a diagnosis or in the past 5 years been advised by a member of the medical profession to have a surgical operation, a diagnostic test, except for HIV, medical or mental evaluation that's not been completed? No. In the past 5 years, has any proposed insured been prescribed medication or taken any medication prescribed by a member of medical profession? Okay, so let's put yes. All right, now you can see it expanded out. So this will determine, like, you know, whether or not we can get it underwritten. So my personal one is high blood pressure. So I would click high blood pressure, right? You know, and this doesn't necessarily mean like it's going to be a decline, but certain combinations might be a decline, but that's really, you know, my deal. Does any proposed insured have any existing life insurance and annuity? Yes, I do. That just means I got to do a replacement form. Is the application for insurance intended to replace any insurance or annuities in force? No. What's my birth date? Or, you know, you can do today's age. Well, I'm fibbing. I'm 38. I'm going back in time, man. I'm male. I am 5'9". Weight is, okay, so back when I was 38, I was like 175. Have you used any form of tobacco? No. Like, okay, so let's read it. Have you used any form of tobacco or nicotine products, including cigarettes, cigars, pipes, e-cigarettes, chewing tobacco, snuff, nicotine patches, or nicotine gum within the last 12 months? All right. No. Plan of insurance. 15-year non-ROP, amount of insurance. Actually, I did 45 before, but let's say 25,000. Whatever you want to do, okay? Now notice you can add riders like the accidental death benefit rider will double the death benefit if you die in an accident. Waiver premium, again, this adds some premium onto that price. The ones that are automatically checked are free riders that come with the policy. Accelerated death benefit for terminal illness, accelerated death benefit for critical illness, and chronic illness, which rocks. So this has living benefit riders on the policy, okay? So now that I've entered all these parameters up here, let's calculate the premium. So you hit calculate. So it has its own internal calculator. It's kind of cool. Boom. So it's $10.20 a month, semi-annual, $60.97, and annual. Notice it does not have quarterly. Why? Because you cannot do quarterly with CFD. It's either monthly, semi-annual, and annual. And they won't do this is my first encounter with Alex, and he is silly. Oh, you have no idea how silly I can get. And I haven't been drinking nothing yet. Except the Alliance Kool-Aid, man. And the Alliance Kool-Aid has made me wealthy. So I suggest you drink the same Kool-Aid, baby. Okay. All right. So that's kind of cool that you have a confirmation. And why is this important? Because, gang, I've seen, like, if you miscalculate on the app here, and then you put it in a paper app, and it's different than what they calculate, then you have to get an amendment issued, and it's just a pain in the butt. But here, they will reconcile all the parameters to what they say it's going to be, so you can't make a mistake. And so it'll get issued at the right price. Oh my gosh, is that cool or what? It will save you so much heartache, let me tell you. All right, so everything's straight up, man. Looks like it can get approved. By the way, this is cool. I promise you, this thing can get approved in seconds. Like literally before you leave the client's home, you'll get an email saying that it's gotten approved, man. It's pretty cool. Very cool, Myra, very cool. Okay, so continue.
Alex,
Yeah.
when will it show up as if it declined? When will you have already been notified here?
It actually won't let you, I don't think it'll let you move forward. Like, okay, let's just see what happens. Let's go back. Okay, so if everything's cool, say based on the information entered, the client may be eligible. So it's not like a firm commitment. It's only firm when they email you back saying it's been approved. So, they kind of leave a bunch of wiggle room in there. For Safe Shield Plan, please tap or click continue to proceed with the application. Now, let's see what it looks like if it's been declined. So let's stroke. Okay, so you see this warning, Bruce? It says, warning, 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 Will Robinson.
Yeah.
I am dating myself, I know. Kimberly, you don't know who that is. Probably.
Flashing screen, though, that's nice.
So it says, client does not meet eligibility requirements. Okay, makes sense, Bruce?
Yes, yes.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to say no, I haven't had a stroke. Okay, so let's continue. By the way, to manage expectations, doing an electronic application will make your life so much easier. When you do a paper application, you can get through paper applications pretty quick. Only problem is if you're brand new, you're gonna mess up. You're gonna have to go back several different times, right, Tanya? Poor Tanya in Alabama, man. Several different times to get papers signed and this signed and that. It's a pain. If you can hang in there with the time it takes to do an e-app, it's a little meticulous, but you will just go through it once and it'll be done, man. Believe me, it's a lot easier process. So hit continue, and this is where you do the application part, because you've done a bulk of the health questions already. Is that cool? Like, you've got the health done. Now it's all the detail-y stuff. This is where you put all your detail-y stuff in, okay? So your first name, middle initial, okay? So hopefully you've all kind of are ahead of me. Like seriously, I'm not kidding. Let's write one on you. Social Security number. There'll be a point in here that they're going to actually validate state of birth. Actually, I was born in Morocco. I know Charlene, wait for it. Wait for it. Charlene's going, okay, I know he's going to say it. I was born in Morocco. Where is it? Morocco, which makes me African American. Woo! No offense to anybody. Oh no. Okay, Morocco. So my address. Welcome to the. Yes! Carolina barbecue, East Carolina barbecue with vinegar. You know, anyway. Okay, so your street address, put that in. So where's street? 1301 Lyons Road, City. You've met many people from Morocco. Well, you met me now, baby. I'm probably the most crazy Moroccan that you've ever met. And I don't have one of those like beanie hats with those big can hats with the little tassel on it. Not yet. State, Ohio. By the way, 45458. Actually close to Rabat. It's Port Lyote, which is Kenitra. So it's like Kenitra. I'm not sure how far that is from Rabat, but Kenitra, Morocco, on the water. So phone number. By the way, if you actually do submit an e-app on yourself tonight, then I'm going to invite you to a Thursday night, 9 o'clock call. Okay, so Thursday night will be for those of you that submitted an application. Then we'll do some little extra stuff, okay? 937-554-2693. I tell you what, man, there's nothing like learning a product when you write one. It's like you learn so much by writing a product, whether it's on yourself or on a family member. That's my mobile phone. And then email alex@avnfinancial.com. By the way, the client's email is real important. They have to have a separate email that is their own email, not your email, okay? It's their email. Unexplained history of weight loss or more than 10 pounds in the last year. That's interesting that they asked that here. I have no idea why they asked that there. That's pretty cool. Income, total household income. You have a driver's license? Yes, I do. Oh man, did I go backwards? Like my mouse kind of acts a little goofy.
Any
Yes.
any weight loss would be unexplained for sure.
Unexplained weight loss. Yeah, I can explain my weight loss because it's up here when I dream. I dream that I'd lost weight. I don't think they're going to accept that as a driver's license. Yes, I have one. It is Ohio. License number RX. Chronic illness accelerated death benefit rider. So answering these knockout questions will determine if they get that rider or not. So do you require any assistance, blah, blah, blah? No, I don't. Have you ever been diagnosed or consulted, blah, 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 for the following: memory loss, cognitive impairment, or organic brain syndrome? Whoa, man, I've never heard of organic brain syndrome. What is that? organic brain syndrome. Okay, fractures due to osteo, numbness, tremors, imbalance, no. Okay, owner is a proposed insured. Now you could have a different owner of the policy. Mail policy to owner. You can have the policy mailed to you, then you can deliver it, but a lot of agents like to have it mailed to the owner, and then they go back to the client's house and open it up with them. Not electing a secondary addressee. Beneficiary, Virginia, the Abuyuan relationship. Where's Boo? Charlene, where's Boo on here, man? I don't see Boo. What's up with that? She's my wife. Stop. I am like burning up in here, man. 100%. And then she lives in the same place. I don't know if those are actually required, but we'll see. Social Security number. Okay, so let's just say, oh, the premium's still, I guess the premiums could have changed, huh? They could have changed if I answered some of these differently. But, all right, man. Hopefully y'all like following along. Like I said, if you actually submitted an app, I want you to email me, and then we can have a special Thursday 9 p.m. call. So click on continue. You see how easy this is? You get through all the underwriting questions, so you don't have to get all this other boilerplate stuff. Like, you know, the applications, you start with all the boilerplate stuff, then you do the health, and then you do the payment. Here, it's like, why waste your time with all that if you know the client can't get into it? Does that rock or what? Forrester is a little bit different. You got to kind of go through all of it, and then, you know, and then you don't know if they can still get into it. But the CFG process just really works well. Kimberly, I submitted my app in April. Yeah, yes, you did. So those of you who did actually write an app on yourself, including you, Kimberly, you can come on the 9 o'clock Thursday call. Okay. And actually, you do need to. I got plans for your organization, Kimberly. It's going to rock. You will love it. You will be an agency manager by NatCon January 2020. Seriously, I'm not kidding. We got plans for your organization. I'm fired up for you, Kimberly. Anyway. Oh, and Charlene, yes, you too. Like, I've got it mapped out, man. You have no idea. Okay, requested of effective date. How about today? 6-11-2019. Payment method, draft first premium. Draft first premium, monthly, modal premium 1020. Like, come on, man. You can't afford $10.20 a month to have an app, a policy that you can. Okay, then, you know, you do the bank stuff. I think this is where they actually will, like, validate the routing numbers. Like, I think. See. So you put your banking information in there, checking savings, draft schedule, what day of the month or weekday of the month. So you can actually do like what weekday, or you can do day of the month. So that's kind of cool. On the 11th of June. So that's cool. So I don't know if it'll let me continue because I didn't put that in there. Some requirement missing or invalid. Please make corrections. The error is shown in red. Okay, so it won't let me move forward, right? But I don't want to show you my bank account information. So forgive me. Forgive me if I can't. Okay. Now, like, I'm not kidding. It's like, seriously, like, we are getting close to being done, okay? So continue with the process, and through this process, there's a part where you actually submit it and you click on, oh man, I don't want to, well, I could probably put a routing number. Someone give me a routing number so I can throw it in there because I want to move forward. Whatever bank, I mean, because it's not a big deal. Like it's whatever bank. Can someone chat at me with a routing number? Not account number, just routing number of whatever bank. Like it doesn't matter.
274.
Hold on. 274
074
074
037.
037. Oh, all right. Forum Credit Union. There you go. By the way, if like the client doesn't know their routing number, sometimes you can look it up online. So, okay. So Bruce, what's your bank account? Just kidding. Let's go for it.
The same
We'll see if. You got to retype it, so I'm going to control copy. Oh, rock on, man. So let's say it's checking, owner, draft schedule. All right, so we can continue. Do you have to pay by ACH only? Yeah, you can't. You really got to, if you're going to be a salesperson in this business, it's selling people on the bank draft. Bank draft's the only way they do it. They don't do, they don't even do quarterly. They'll do semi-annual and annual billing. They don't do quarterly at all, and they don't do monthly billing. So you got to sell them on doing the EFT. Okay, does the proposed insured have any existing life insurance and annuities? Say yes. Do I plan to replace? I don't plan on replacing. Are you considering discontinuing making payments, premium payments, surrendering, forfeiting, assigning to the insurer, otherwise terminating your existing policy? No, I'm going to keep it. Are you considering using funds from your existing policies to pay premiums? No. Enter applicant's initial. Enter applicant's initials. I do not want the replacement notice read aloud to me. Okay, so AOA. Agent information, so this is my info. Agent state. Okay, so some of y'all, I think California requires your license number, and Florida, I think, requires your license number. I hereby affirm that I have provided required disclosure documents related to electronic application to the applicant in paper form. All right, so there is a document that you have to leave with the client that's paper that certifies the electronic application. So there's only one piece of paper that you give them, and I think it's downloadable under forms. So we can take a look at that, but so I guess it's a yes, right? So we put yes there. Agent, oh, initial, AOA. See, it helps to read. If you're splitting the commission, so if y'all write an app on yourself, put my name in there. No, just kidding. You're not splitting it. Special requests, none. Sign location. We are in Dayton, Ohio. You put where you are. Continue. Preparing document. I am a new agent. Where is everyone from the state? Where is from? So it's kind of doing its thing to put the electronic signatures together. Okay, special safe field application. Attention, application forms shown below have been filled out with the answers you provided on the previous screens. Please review the forms and verify that the information on them is correct. If any of the information on the forms is not correct, you may click Edit button now to return to the application entry screen, and the forms shown below will be discarded, and then you can like make tweaks. Special attention, pay special attention to the portions of the forms where your signatures are requested. After you review the forms, you will be asked to accept the terms of the application by by signing your name with your finger, stylus, or mouse. Okay, so this is where you show the client what that application, oh, come on, man. I went back. It's my mouse. Well, it won't typically take this long, but I tell you what, man, this app really is cool. And they only, I think they went to this format like at the beginning of the year. So we haven't, you know, had this for a while, or for not too long. Okay. You can review the client, so if you're on your tablet or laptop or whatever, you can like zoom in and show the client everything that you filled out. Okay. Then electronic signature. Okay, so now here's what you can click here to download a copy of the document. I like to do the before and after. You can click download after the signatures are applied, but I always like to save everything, so you can click on it to save. Then electronic signature. All parties to the application for insurance, please sign your names on the indicated lines below. So you can check there to type the signatures. So proposed insured, Alex, Abuyuan, ongoing payer. By the way, if you do submit this, then you will complete your contracting with CFG. So CFG will complete your background check and everything. So that's another reason why you want to get your app in, because it takes a little bit of time to complete your contracting. And then any app you send after that will be done like this. So the first app's going to take longer. Okay, so you won't probably get an approval right away, because they're going to do the rest of your contracting. Then any subsequent client that you put through there, literally within minutes it'll get approved if their background's straight up. And then license agent signature, you just type in you as the license agent as well. Okay, sign and get POS decision. So point of sale decision, sign and submit for underwriting. Okay. I don't know that I can do that, but this will take you all through the end. And what's going to happen here is it's going to put the electronic signature on the form, and then you can take a look at the form, and then you can download the form and save it. I always like to save the signed version of the form, the electronic signed version of the form, and then you can email it to the client from your laptop or from your tablet. It works great. So does that make sense, gang? All right. So that is CFG. We got the CFG. So basically what I've covered. Okay, time to wake up. What I covered is the basics of writing an app, where to go for the underwriting tools. Okay, now I'm kind of hearing that, but Alex, how do I know how to write a policy on someone? Okay, and this is where I come in. This is where Jonah comes in. This is where your upline person who's been with us, who knows what they're doing, okay, will help you. You don't have to get all wrapped up in what product's going to apply, because we're going to recommend the right product, okay, based on the type of lead they sent in, the height and weight. And then when you're on the phone booking an appointment, and we'll cover that tomorrow, at the end of your appointment booking process, what I like to do is like say, I do the oh, by the way. It's like, oh, by the way, Joe, I'm just real quick so that my appointment is real short. I'm not there forever. Okay, you give them incentive. So this is an important part of your phone script. And okay, so let me just say this. A lot of the guys that have been doing this forever, they don't need to know the client's medications or health because they can go in there and they can field underwrite like that because they've done this a million times. They know what to do. You as a new agent, you do not know what to do. So I recommend you adding in here, and it's to me, in my opinion, it's really kind of a form of a tie down. And I've never lost an appointment because I've asked these questions. Okay, so here, listen to why I ask the question because this is very important. So when you book the appointment, and we're going to go over that tomorrow, but at the end, it's like, oh, by the way, Joe, just so this appointment's real short, I don't take a whole lot of your time. You gave them incentive to give you the information, right? So it's like, so it won't take a lot of time. By the way, what kind of medications are you taking? Just real quick. And what you're listening for is their medications, and you're writing it phonetically. You're not asking for how to spell it. Well, I take lisinopril. Okay, so I'm going to phonetically sign lisinopril. Okay. I take HCTZ. So I'll write HCTC. Okay, and then I'll just ask a quick, oh, by the way, what are you taking that for? Well, it's a water pill because I have high blood pressure. Oh, okay, cool. So another medication? Are you taking any other medications? Metformin. Okay, metformin. Why are you taking that? Oh, I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Oh, really? How old were you when you got diagnosed? Well, I was 52. Oh, okay, cool. You know, just like nonchalant, real quick. I'm talking real quick, okay? You're getting that information because based on the medications, I can prepare you, okay? So how do I prepare you for an appointment? How do I know what product to prepare you with? Let me show you kind of the list of questions that I want you to make sure so I can help you. So these are the questions I will ask you, okay? So this is why you don't have to be an expert in product, because I will always be able to help you if you give me the answers to these questions. And look, if you can't get all the answers, I still can help you. Like, for example, if you get a sense that the client's rushed on the phone, it's like, hey, I really got to go, man. We're already late to go see my daughter's dance recital. Okay, rock on, man. I'll see you Thursday at 7 p.m. 7 p.m., right? Is that what we said? Yes, 7 p.m. Okay, cool. I'll see you then. Don't ask medical questions. If they're like running out, I still can help you. But here's what I want to know from you so I can help you. Okay, what's the type of lead? Is it a mortgage protection lead? Is it a final expense lead? Is it a new marriage lead? Is it a calling lead? Etc. Okay, so what type of lead is it? That's going to help me. So if it's mortgage protection, I want to know if it has this information, what is the mortgage amount? You know, if it's $150,000, whatever that is. Okay, I want to know that, right? I want to know the date of birth of the clients, their dates of birth. How old are they? Are they smoker or non-smoker? Okay, this will help me help you. Okay, what medications did you get from them on the phone? Here's another one that I'll ask real quick. It only takes 2 seconds, but man, this will help me totally zero in on how to help you. The big four. And what is the big four? By the way, have you ever had a stroke, cancer, heart attack, or diabetes? You know, it's basically, you know, the meds, big four. Diabetes, stroke, heart attack, cancer. Those are the big four. By the way, have you ever had diabetes, stroke, heart attack, cancer? Now the meds will tell you maybe, you know, some of this stuff. If you can tell me these things, I could totally zero in on exactly the product. If you're in Alabama, guess what? I'm not going to talk about CFG, Safe Shield Term. I'm going to talk about Forrester's Strong Foundation. All right? Okay? But if you can give me this, man, I could totally zero in on the product to help you out. Does that make sense? Help me help you. like in Jerry Maguire, help me help you. Type of lead is a mortgage protection, final expense, new marriage, call-in, general insurance. We got a lot of different varieties, but that'll help me figure out why the client sent it in. Oh, height and weight. So you come at me with this and I'll make a recommendation. So you don't got to know everything, gang. And then you can actually call me from the home with this information and I can be right there. And I can help you like zero in on the product, especially if it's an electronic application. Man, I'll get you up and running, man. I'll tell you what to quote. I'll tell you everything you need to do, right? And that's how we help you. Now, I get people telling me, well, Alex, that's going to make me look stupid. It does not. It does not make you look stupid. It makes you look smart, because what you're going to do is you're going to say, hey, by the way, Joe and Mary, I tell you what, your situation, I want to make sure we do this right. I want to make sure you get the perfect product for you. I'm going to double check our approach with my chief underwriter. I'm going to get him on the phone. I'm going to cover some of the stuff you told me, so we make sure we get the perfect product for you from 15 different companies. We're going to find the one that'll meet your needs and budget. Okay, so let me give him a call. And then you bring me up. Now, how do I know to be prepared for you? I will know when you text me, hey, Alex, I'm going into an appointment. And I'll be talking to anybody. I'll be, whatever. But I know if I get a call from you, I know that you're in someone's home. And if I'm talking to somebody, if recruiting or whatever, I say, hey, Joe, let me put you on hold. I got a client, an agent in the home. I answer your questions. It only takes, 2-3 minutes. Well, that's even kind of long. I'll know exactly what to do to help you, send you on your way, what product, how to quote it. I'll even run quotes for you, man. So like you always have me as a backup, Jonah. We've got other agents that will support you if I'm going to be out of pocket. Point is, we will help you. So this is why you don't need to be an expert in product, because you get to check with the chief underwriter, man. And I'm the chief underwriter, so call me chief. Call me chief. A Moroccan chief. Okay, so so don't get hung up, because we're going to help you. We're going to vector you in. So you don't need to be an expert in product. You just need to know where to go to find the tools, okay? And one of the best ways to do it is just call for a risk assessment. Call the underwriters at whatever company, and they're only open during business hours. But if you got the best way to learn, and this is how I learned underwriting, is I would get all this information here, and then I would call the underwriters at let's say Forrester, say, hey, I got this 45-year-old dude. He's 5'9", 175 pounds. He was born 10/26, 1980. He's a non-smoker. He's only on one medication, high blood pressure medication, lisinopril. That's it. What can we do for him? And they'll tell you. So use the resources you have available to you. Height and weight, CFG, you can use search medications. Yeah, final expense. Final expense really is cool. I didn't want to kind of delve into the final expense app. Yep, all right. But we will help you. Whatever medications will vector you into the right product. Now, as you start getting experience under your belt, then you're going to not need me. You're going to say, oh, 55-year-old diabetic, non-smoker. Oh, I already know what to do with them. No complications. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I know I can get them into CFG Safe Shield term. I mean, does that make sense? So, let not your heart be troubled. Okay? Because we've got your back, Now, look, let me take you to a resource. Okay? Let me take you to a resource that will rock your world. Some of you already know about this resource. So I'm going to take you to it. So this is the resource that'll back up everything that I'm teaching. Now, I don't want you to get bogged down in it. Please, God, please, no, don't get bogged down. It's not a link that you can click on, but you'll be able to find it. It's called abnfinancial.com. /, and this will apply for tomorrow as well. Bootcamp materials. Got that? abnfinancial.com / bootcamp materials. Again, oh, hold on. Oh, no. Material. It's not plural. It's a single material. Material. Okay, this is where you don't get bogged down. This is not where you get bogged down. This is just reference if you got extra time, because we are going to get you out in the field this week, okay? I do not want you to like get bogged down here, but if you need to reference anything I've said, it's right here, the basics, okay? The product training overview video. These are all these are all videos pretty much. You've got the CFG Simplified Issue Term product training video. The product guide is downloadable here. Oh, wow. Quoting tools, downloading it, etc. E-apps, final expense whole life, guaranteed issue whole life. So all that reference is here, but it's not meant for you to get crazy, all right? So that is where, this is where the product training is. Now, if you are in a state that is where you can only do foresters, that's down here under extra credit training. We've got the other products, kind of the second level products, or the first level product if you don't have CFG in your state. Then we've got the Forester Strong Foundation Mortgage Term, the Final Expense Foresters, and Transamerica Whole Life Rocks. I mean, that's a really strong product as well. So this is kind of the next set of products to learn. But again, I don't want you to get bogged down, man. So let me open the chat line. Okay, so that's a good question. If you get an underwriting, if you get an underwriter required, would you go ahead and submit the e-app if after hours for risk assessment to call underwriting later? It'll get declined potentially. It may go through. But if it gets through CFG, that first part, then you're good to go, man. You're good to go. Where you have an issue is when you write a Foresters app, and you're sort of, questioning it, then you can run into issues there. But you're safe if you can get it through CFG. All right, so I don't know if that answers your question. And there's some of you that are veteran agents, you probably, you could answer some of these questions better than I could. All right. Any other questions from anybody? Okay. Man, 57 still, that's crazy. Again, I want to demystify product by letting you know where all the tools are that will help you. Okay? But you got to keep it simple, man. It'll kill you if you don't keep it simple. This is your home base, man, alliancequoting.com. This is your home base right here. All these tools will help you know what the product is, but the most important tool is calling me up, getting me on the phone, and I'll prepare you for every appointment. Your upline, who's experienced, will help you with every appointment. And then you'll learn by doing. Does that make sense? You'll learn by each appointment. You're going to bank that experience. You're going to bank that client in your experience so that the next one you run into that's very similar, you already know how to handle it. So it's just, you're kind of picking your experience from each appointment you're going on, and then you're going to get good at the underwriting part. Again, so Like, don't freak out, man. Don't be that guy. I got to know everything. Does that make sense, gang? Awesome. Okay. Any last minute questions? Ronald, you are like so kind. I keep thinking like, man, by the way, seriously, this is an ongoing process of learning, okay? The other part of the process of learning is actually going out and doing it. You need to fail quick. You need to go out there, bump your toe against stuff. You need to fail quick, and you are going to write apps. I promise you. But you got to get out there and get through the learning curve quick. The one thing that this is common, so everyone's going to feel like this. Anybody who's veterans, answer this question for me, you veteran agents. If you know today, if you knew then when you got started what you know today, would you have closed more sales? Right? Would you have closed more sales if you knew then what you know today? If you could go back in time, I know it's a Cher song. Yeah, you would have, right? You would have. I would have, but you didn't. Okay, so everyone goes through that. It's like, darn it, I could have closed that guy 5 years ago if I knew then what I know now, right? I'll tell you what, that's like in life. I would have made less mistakes, but you know what? I wouldn't be the person I am today if not for the decisions and the mistakes I made in the past. I'm a product of my mistakes that I've learned how to be the person I am today from the mistakes I've made. So you know what? I embrace my mistakes. I embrace my failures in my life because now it's like I've learned so much from it. And I'm the person I am today because of it. And I don't know that I'd want to have all those things taken away from me. It's kind of like, why would you want your kids not to go through pain and heartache of failed relationships and a guy dumping your daughter? And I hurt for them, but I want them to learn how to handle adversity in their lives. Because the parents that try to shield their children from adversity, they end up I'm not going to say it like that. They end up hurting their children because they're not equipping their children with the coping skills of handling adversity and getting back up and pounding it again. Like, you don't need no man to define you. That boy, get rid of him. He doesn't have to define you as a person. See, how can you have that discussion with your daughter if she hadn't gone through a tough breakup? Then she realizes that guy's a loser. That guy's a loser. He didn't deserve you anyway. Flush him. He's a jerk. This is daddy, right? Embrace the failure because it's what makes you stronger. It makes you better. You will be a top producer because if you ask all the top producers, man, they all went through what you're either going through now or what you're going to go through, okay? But you got to know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. There's people there that's cheering you on, man. We're cheering you to get to that level of competency where now it just becomes, okay, how many appointments do I want to run this week? If I want to run 20 appointments a week, I'll make 150, 200 grand this year. If I want to do 25, 5 more, I'll make 300 grand, 350. Like, I'm not kidding. Because that's what all the top people are doing that have been through where you are. They came from the same place they came from the same starting line that you're at right now. Does that make sense? So you can do this thing. You can make it happen, I promise you, with our help and with you putting some elbow grease and picking up the phone and dialing and doing your homework, right? Doing your homework. Does that make sense? Yeah, builds character. Struggle is part of your story. You are creating a story, man. Imagine you're walking up on stage at national conference, producing, $250,000 of production, and let's say you're number 25 in the country, and you can talk about, man, when I got started, right? You're making up that story today. So when you walk up on that stage, you got a story to tell, and you got a way to influence other people and make an impact in other people's lives, telling them that they can do it too because you did it. And that's what you're going through now, man. God bless. Rock on. Fired up. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Fear not, because we're here, man, backing y'all up. God bless, man.
What time tomorrow night?
9 o'clock,
Right.
9 p.m. Eastern. So we'll see you tomorrow night. We're going to do sales, and we're going to rock the sales, man. All right? So take care. God bless.